Welcome to Tincher Mouse Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
Today we're looking at Fire in the Library. Fire in the Library is a 1 to 6 player push your luck game from Weird Giraffe Games. It plays in about 15 to 30 minutes and it's coming to Kickstarter this March.
As players, you're trying to save books that are in a burning library. You'll do this by pulling colored cubes out of a bag. The winner is the person with the most points when one section of the library completely burns.
The prototype components include scoreboard, cards, score markers, bag, and wooden cubes.
At the beginning of the game, there are 4 stacks of cards that represent the library. These are set in a specific order from lowest number on top all the way to highest number on the bottom. You'll place all the colored book cubes in the bag and 7 of the red fire cubes. Then each player is dealt tool cards and receives a random turn order card.
On your turn, you begin by saving books. You'll pull a cube from the bag and place it on your card. After each pull, if you haven't caused the fire to spread, you can decide to press your luck and pull another cube, or you can decide to escape the library and score your books. When you score, you'll get points based on the current value of the books you saved. If you ended on a risky space, you'll also score bravery points. If you stop on a space with a tool icon, you'll get a tool card instead of points for bravery. At the end of your turn, all the cubes go back into the bag for the next person.
But you might not have the choice to continue or to even score on your turn. You might cause the fire to spread. The fire spreads if you place a red cube on a risky space, or if you have to place a second red cube on your card. You skip the scoring phase and have to burn books. You remove a card from the sections of the library that match each book on your card that you failed to save. If the card reveals a fire icon, then add 1 red cube to the bag. Although you don't score points, you do get to take 1 tool card from the market.
These tool cards really help you throughout the game, like the slingshot that can throw your most valuable book and a fire token to another player's card. This can let you continue your turn instead of spraying the fire. Or the lockbox that can save a book all the way to the end of the game to score it again. Each tool can be activated at certain points or phases during the game. The upper left icon tells you when, like when you're saving books, when the fire is spreading, or even when choosing turn order.
At the end of the round, you burn the library card with the lowest number. To begin the next round, players choose turn order starting with the person farthest back in points.
So the gameplay is pretty fast, it's easy to pick up and learn. It's more than just pulling cubes from a bag, although it does help if you're not pulling those fire tokens.
True.
And the game does have a way to mitigate the risk with those tool cards.
Now, most of the tool cards are only going to affect your turn, but there are a few that you can play on other players' turns to add a little interaction. And one card, the library card, actually lets you keep books that you saved on that card instead of putting them back in the bag for the round. And that keeps those out of the bag for other players.
Yeah, so this game plays with up to 6 players, which is nice because a lot of games just go to 4 players. It felt long with 6 players, but compared to the 4-player, but I think it still plays pretty fast.
Yeah, and if you decide to play solo or 2 players, you're supposed to add in an AI player. And actually in the rules, they state that you can add it in at any player count below 6. The AI player doesn't draw cubes. On its turn, you flip over the top tool card. The banners show which cards you burn in the library, and the icons down below show which books the AI scores.
The AI was really interesting. I barely beat it in our 2-player game.
Yeah, and I actually came a distant third because I seem to be a fire magnet.
I like the box cover, and if I remember, I think they said the box would open more like a book than the normal way of telescoping. Also, the current artwork on the library is all the same, but I believe they're going to change that so the library will deteriorate as the fire spreads. I'm sure that's going to look really cool.
One of the key parts of the game are those turn order cards and the decisions that you need to make. Do you want to go later in turn order and have less risk? Or do you want to be more risky and try to get those bravery points?
Yeah, and even if you don't get the turn card you want and you make the fire spread, at least you get a tool card And the cool thing is, with the fire spreading and the burning of the books, it makes those books more valuable, which is a cool mechanic in the game.
Yeah, so the game does give you meaningful choices to make and gives you ways to manage that risk, but ultimately you are at the mercy of the cubes you pull from the bag.
Yeah, so if you enjoy push your luck games like Can't Stop, or you like this theme of the library, then check out Fire in the Library on Kickstarter this March. Pick up and learn, and I'm going to say something else about that. Oh, they're pulling in the red cards. All right. Space.
I'm like, I can't see it, so I have no idea.
I think that there's one other thing I wanted to say.
Something about tools, because I took...
What are the key parts?